I am your boy Spartan IMO.
Hello, motherfucker.
What's up, family? I appreciate you guys for joining me once again. Man, listen. You guys sliding back through here to see this little fake decent content, you know what I mean, about some mangas, some manhwa, the good ones that are out there. You know, because if you like me, you're tired of looking and you want to see who else knows about what's good out there. So somewhere out there in the middle of nowhere, there got to be something good to read. That's what I'm here for. So with that being said, let me go ahead and get the whatever what have yous out the way, the welcomes and the goodbyes to those who don't find this type content appealing. You know, I've said it once before, please bow out gracefully, respectfully.
I don't give a damn.
You know, I'm not mad at you. Just for, you know, showing up, clicking on for a couple of seconds. I'm happy with that. Straight up. That's a fact.
Oh my God. Stop it.
But if you don't feel this, you know, go ahead and slide. I ain't mad at you. Go to the liquor store around the corner and go grab some cigars, man. We're gonna have a fake decent podcast a little bit later in the evening. So, you know, be here for that. We might just be talking about anything. But anyway, let's get into it, family. Got 5 manga we're gonna talk about. 5 that are decent, 5 that you need to know about, you need to read, give it a once over, and you won't be sorry. Next we have Return of the 8th Class Magician. It's been many years since I've bloodied my hands for the United Empire and its Emperor Ragnar. When everything was all said and done, I wanted to return to my hometown and live a quiet life, as if at least to make it seem as if I were repentant for my sin. You know, when I think about it, you are a great 8th class magician who is able to overthrow me and the Empire at any time. How could I let a monster like you stay alive? After being betrayed and on the verge of death by Ragnar, who was my friend as well as my emperor, he stabbed my heart with a dagger that had time magic applied to it, and after being reborn because of that, the only redemption that I seek is to put everything back to its place. Alright, so boom, right? With this manhwa, with as many manga that I've read since reading this one, right? Because I had read this one early game when I had first started out reading manga. Coming back to this to get a refresher. First quarter, I said to myself, yo, I forgot how damn good the artwork looks, yo. That's a fact. Character design is smooth looking, sharp, pleasant to look at while reading throughout this whole story as you go on and get deeper into the chapters. I love how big the world is, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? He's going back in time. He goes back in time and he's a kid, so he has to grow up and go through. So I mean that to say, you know, I like how the world bit is when he has to go up and go through the villages, the many different kingdoms, you know, the different people, the cultures throughout this story. In all honesty, it's mad diverse, and I think you will vibe with it just on that tip alone. And the whole royalty thing, and this is for me personally, but it makes for some good extra quality with the artwork, yo. I mean, usually when it comes to the royalty, artists tends to go crazy with the intricacies of the patterns and all this, that, and the third, and the background aesthetics and all of that. The story itself is really good. Aside from the MCM, you know, going through his whole situation, going back in time to start over, right the wrongs, get a little bit of revenge on the side, you feel me? Aside from all of that, even the side characters have good stories behind them. You know, some heartbreaking, some uplifting, some inspiring. Overall, yo, as a whole, this story, I give it an 8 out of 10. Fake decent 8, skating on 8s, you feel me? With great pacing, no fillers, so to speak. The story itself, you will find it easy to jump right in and have fun with. This one, I highly recommend. Alright, so what's going to be this next story that we're talking about? Let me look through the library right quick. Shouldn't take nothing more than a few seconds. Alright, bet. No, I found one. Archmage Transcending Through Regression. Mikhail Walpurgis, the world's only Ninth Circle Archmage, fell in battle due to a damned hero and his incompetence. At the very end, he managed to cast one final advanced magic spell, which was time reversal. As time rewinded 20 years back, Mikhail, you know, is determined to not let the same unfortunate events play out as it did before he regressed. All right, so let's talk about this right quick, right? The artwork, yo, is not bad. When I'm talking about anything first, I'm always going to reference the artwork, and honestly, I like how it looks. It looks smooth. It looks colorful. All the characters look sharp. I'm really not mad at the background aesthetics, and they got the whole royalty theme that's going to play out too. So yeah, that detail is going to be there. And as far as the magic, that is on point. Everything as far as the artwork, I have no complaints. You know what I mean? The plot, the storyline is something we've all seen before. When it comes to the regression factor and everything like that, how it's going to play out. The main character knowing the events of the future and him being able to play on things that he know, before it happens, and how he can get ahead in life based on that and start over, basically. We've all seen that before, so this is not a story we were unknown to. The pacing of the story is not bad. I'm not gonna lie, it's not too fast, not too slow. The fights look beautiful. Fights are not bad. I'm not mad at the fights. When it comes to the smoothness, the destructiveness of the still motion fights, or the still motion graphics of the fights, everything is pleasing to look at, and it's only 20 chapters deep. If it's looking this good already, let's imagine another 20 chapters from now. You know what I mean? The main character, Michael, I like his character. He's basic. Oh, and I wanted to say this as far as the plot of the story. I like it when they do it to where the main character is not the main character of the story, really. He's just someone who knows of the events that happens with the main character and all the others surrounding him in the future and things like that, who dies and whatnot. But I like his character. He's not weak in any way. He's not super overpowered. He knows what he has to do, and as a royal, he knows how to play on the political side of things. This story is really good. I'm not gonna lie, and like I said, it's new. Asura been dropping bangers. What do you want me to say? Yeah. Check this out. You won't be disappointed. I know it's only 20 chapters deep. If you like me, you won't touch it, but it's good. It's good, Check it out for yourself, and I promise you won't be sorry. All right, so what's gonna be this next one? We've been going at it for a little minute. So, you know what I mean? I'm trying to give my people a little bit more to look at and what to look out for type situation. Anyway, let's talk about Dungeon Odyssey. This is a good one. This is relatively new as well, just like the last one that I talked about. But yeah. The descendants of mankind born in the labyrinth and raised on the milk of monsters possess special strength and strong bodies. When they returned to Earth, mankind referred to them as dungeon babies. Among them, Kim Jin-woo was born in the deepest labyrinth. I never tried to become strong. I just wanted to live. From the lowliest excavator to the king of the labyrinth, his life story is now unfolding. All right, so boom, bet. Listen, this one is lightweight, like different. I ain't gonna lie, with the artwork at least. I'm not mad at it though, you feel me? Everything looks kind of, I'm usually on the cultivation, the land of Miriam, the martial arts and all of that. That has its own look. This is new to me though, I'm gonna be honest with you. It's kind of sketchy in a sense. Not too much in a sense, but it has its own kind of feel for it. When I said, you would have to honestly take a look at it to kind of judge for yourself. But background aesthetics look lovely. Character design is nice, even when it comes to the monsters and everything like that. As far as the artwork, I give it about a good 8.5, 9 out of 10. I'm not mad at it. The plot is different as well. You know what I mean? I'm usually on world building manhwas where they're talking about developing society and the cities and the villages and things of that nature to a point. This is about developing a dungeon. You know what I mean? So that's different for me. I really like that right there. Pacing of the story is not bad. It's right now it's new, so I can't really tell you if it's fast or slow. It's not slow, at least. Let's come to that. Let's come to that conclusion. The impact of the fights is not bad. It's not been too much fighting, but from what I've seen, you know what I mean? The dungeon monsters versus the other outside monsters of the dungeon, it looks good. Everything is colorful. Let's just say that, and that color and the background aesthetics and everything kind of comes together and works well. The MC is not bad either. He's not weak. He's not OP. Well, he is OP in a sense. But when it comes to, development of the dungeon, it's not just kind of like too much to where he has a serious event, or at least I can't tell because of how new it is. But I'm telling you like this, family, I can low-key spot a good manhwa from like a mile away. I don't know if it's just me or just because I read a lot of them, but this one doesn't seem like it's one to pass over. I mean, you could because it's still new. It don't have that many chapters out, but listen, take my word for it. You won't be sorry when you check this out. Big promise. So what's gonna be this next one we talking about? All right, bet this is a good one. We're gonna talk about Way to Heaven, and to give you a quick synopsis of the story, you know, before we get into it. A strange relationship began when an orphan siblings met an old lady who claims to be their grandmother. Unknown to them, the old woman is a grand master of Miram who has lost her memory due to a disease. While she was looking after the orphans one day, the old lady recognizes the hidden talents of the oldest child out of the bunch and begins to train him in martial arts. Thus begins the journey of the last disciple of Jinmu Shinmo, the boy who is destined to reach the pinnacle of heaven. All right, so this story is really good, yo. Not gonna lie, the plot is, I'm gonna be 100. I feel like it's 10 out of 10. Main character, his personality, his attitude, the way it changes as he grows up, before he enters Miram and after is a wild roller coaster ride of emotions. And not only just him though, you know, you have his siblings, you know, they all have their own personality, and it kind of makes it so that you fall in love with each and every last one of them too though, you know what I mean? They're all kind of, they have their own talents, their own skills, they have their own personal outlook on life, and that is great. I love when a story can make more than one main character that much more appealing than the actual protagonist of the story. You know what I mean? Character design of this story is great. I mean, all of the characters from the main characters to those that we meet along the way, everything looks beautiful. The background aesthetics look great, look fire. You know, the whole historical theme to everything throughout Miram, the different villages and things of that nature. Everything is mwah type situation. The pacing of the story is not that fast, but it's not slow either. Like a lot of the stories that I read, it's like right in the middle on that line of demarcation between fast and slow. It is just right, family. Take my word for it, yo. The impact of the fighting throughout this story, you're gonna love. It is just as destructive as when the Legend of the Northern Blade got started up and started getting heated with most of its fight scenes. It was beautiful. Oh my God, I can't. You know, I want to talk about the Legend of the Northern Blade, but I'm sure everyone has already seen that. But if you've read that story, imagine those fights, yo, in this story, I'm telling you. And if you haven't read the story, you in for a treat. Need I say more? You feel me? Quality of the still motion graphics with the fights are just beautifully illustrated. The smoothness plus the destructiveness, yo, the balance is carried out well. Gotta give a big shout out to the author. He did his thing, as well as the artist. They both went crazy on this one right here. So, yo, don't just take my word for it. Open it up for yourself. It's 190 some chapters deep. I promise you, if you haven't read it, you're gonna binge read at least 100 of those chapters. You're gonna binge read, and you know, it might not take you no more than like 3 days to get past 100 of those chapters if you're not that serious about it, but I promise you, you will be hooked. This is one to look out for if you need to put it on your list of what to read, what's next. I'm telling you, family, you're not gonna be sorry. So for this very last one, family, and this is my most favorite manhwa right now, period, top tier, everything, God tier, all of that. This is it for me, you feel me? We have Return of the Crazy Demon. Yi Zaha, the Crazy Demon, crazy for martial arts. While he was running away after stealing the heavenly pearl of the demon cult leader, and after putting up a fierce fight, he ends up falling off a cliff. Thinking that everything was over, he opened his eyes to see that he had returned back to when he was a waiter, and he was being beat up for something that he didn't do. The crazy demon who has returned to the beginning of his days as a waiter. Will he go crazy again, or will he drive his enemies crazy? All right, so family, listen. Let me run through the basics, man. Plot is fire. Let's just go ahead and get that out the way. I'm not gonna lie, it's something that we've already seen before. Weak to strong. Honestly, no, I take that back. This is not weak to strong. This is like going back in time and just knowing that you strong to begin with. So he do a little training here and there, but he kind of retains his knowledge of being a crazy demon, crazy for martial arts. He's a beast. He's no weak to strong situation. The pacing of the story is decent. It's fine. It's not slow. That's all I can tell you that I love about it. It's not slow, but it's not too fast either to where it feels like we just running through everything and I'm kind of not getting satisfied. You know, no. Honestly, it's solid. It's on point. I feel like I'm not missing a thing, but I'm getting just enough to keep me hooked. Impact of the fights is without a doubt the best thing about the story. 10 out of 10. When somebody gets punched, yo, you gonna feel it in your bones for that boy. Straight up, whoever it is, whoever getting beat up in this story by the MC, Yizaha, yo, it looks so damn funny. And the way he acts, his personality is the grail. I'm not gonna lie, of the story is the holy crap for the story, yo. It is by far the best MC I have ever read in Manhwa, yo. He's funny even when he's probably trying not to be, and he's dead ass serious. Like, he gets mad just out of the cut thinking about some shit he don't like. I promise you, he'll be just sitting there and he'll just think about somebody, wait a couple of seconds and be like, I don't know, all of a sudden I'm just getting mad. Like, I'm about to, what's the word with this dude? I'm not gonna lie. I used to start powering up for nothing and everybody just bugged out. Like, they don't know what to do with bro. Yo, I love MC's character. Yizaha is mad OP, and it's like a satisfying OP too, though, because he's mad funny right behind it, yo. And his martial arts, he's a dog, yo. It ain't nobody dealing or putting hands and feet to this man's, and I ain't seen nobody make him sweat yet. You know what I mean? So I love the fact that he's very domineering in his fights. The quality of the still motion graphics of the fights is like 1080 4K Ultra HD still motion, though. It's fine. The smoothness, the destructiveness, yo, of everything about this Manhwa. Oh my God, can you hear it in my voice?
Yeah, boy.
Yo, the artwork is 10 out of 10, 11 out of 10. I don't think I've seen anything better, except for the other story that the author had made right behind this, Sword Fanatic Wanders Through the Night or something like that. Look, I'm gonna talk about that another time, but listen, Return of the Crazy Demon is a masterpiece. This is almost better than the Legend of the Northern Blade. I'm not gonna lie. There, I said it. Yeah, I said it. This is almost just as good as Solo Leveling for me. Check this out, yo. You won't be sorry. I promise you won't be sorry. This is 10 out of 10 masterpiece. Dead ass. You won't be sorry. Yeah. Hey, you see the vid? That joy go crazy? I ain't gonna lie. This is the post credits. I ain't gonna cap of me kind of like hoping that this whole thing works out. Because I tried to up it a little bit, you know, the video quality, 1 the frames, 2 the memes, you know, a couple of pictures here, little, you know, reverberations in my voice and all that. I'm trying to make it different.
Okay.
Because I want to continue to evolve. I don't want to just be stagnant water. I don't want to just be, what they say in the manhwas, a frog in a well type situation. If you know, you know. You know, when you're green, you continue to grow. But when you get to a point where you're ripe, then the next step is to go off and become rotten. I don't ever want to be ripe with this YouTube thing. I want to always be green. I want to continue to grow. I want to be in that stage of forever grow. So forgive me for being slow about this whole thing, but I'm back in the mix. I'm trying to get my game right, and I think we almost there.
Boy, if you don't get
Family, if you enjoyed the video, I am your boy Spartan IMO. Consider shooting me a like, consider shooting me a sub, maybe hit the little bell noti, and I'd appreciate it. Straight up, big family, big facts. I'm talking to you, not talking to nobody else. I'm trying to pass you the love, just like you've passed it back to me. Keep it in rotation, you feel me? Until the next time, you guys have a good night. Peace.
Hit him up every team looking. Hit the way when I'm broke. It's still a Mary for the dinner.